It's tea. I did a lot of yelling this weekend, and for some reason my voice still sounds like I've been gargling with drywall screws. Well, we've got COVID-19, Alliant Energy, a bunch of other stuff, our usual rundown. So let's get to the weekly update. What's up, everybody? Corey Singletary here, and this is your weekly update into all the goings-on in the world of Wisconsin public utilities. Now, usually we try to get this update out on Tuesday, but we knew that the Commission was going to be meeting today to talk about the COVID-19 disconnection moratorium, and we wanted to try to get that information to you as quick as possible. So since we're going to be talking about that, as well as a bunch of stuff that happened last week, we're just going to throw our usual 2-minute target out the window and get right to it. If you remember, a month ago, the PSC met to review its previous interventions and orders aimed at protecting customers during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The never-ending COVID-19 pandemic. Specifically, the Commission had barred utility disconnections until July 25th. The Commission met right before that July 24th deadline and voted 2-1 to extend the utility disconnection moratorium for residential customers only until September 1st. Fast forward to today, and the PSC met in advance of the disconnection moratorium turning into a pumpkin on September 1st to see what additional measures might need to be taken. In a repeat of its July decision, the Commission voted 2-1 to again extend the disconnection moratorium, this time until October 1st, citing factors such as the current state of the pandemic in Wisconsin, the expiration of the $600 federal stimulus payments, and the move by many Wisconsin school districts to go 100% virtual to start the school year. During the discussion, Chair Rebecca Valk stressed that the Commission's primary concern should be how to best protect public safety by facilitating social distancing and proper hygiene by ensuring continuity of utility service. The Commission also briefly discussed whether or not it should look into setting new policy regarding deferred payment agreements or payment plans or other programs targeted at low-income utility customers. The Commission elected not to take any steps in this area other than to direct Commission staff to put the issue on the agenda for its next scheduled meeting with Wisconsin's large investor-owned utilities. The Commission is expected to meet again on September 17th to take the disconnection moratorium back up, and since we'll only be 6 weeks away from our usual winter disconnection moratorium, I guess we'll see what happens then. Next, recall that back in May, Alliant Energy filed a proposal with the Commission to keep current rates flat through 2021. Alliant Energy proposed to make this work by assuming no change in sales for 2021 and by using various accounting measures to avoid the need for a rate increase. The analysts on staff with the Commission took a look at Alliant's proposal and issued a memo with their findings along with some suggestions for what things the Commission could do when it ultimately took up Alliant's application and made a decision. Parties such as CUB, the Wisconsin Industrial Energy Group, Clean Wisconsin, Renew Wisconsin, Sierra Club, and the utilities all filed comments responding to Commission staff's memo, and then last week, Thursday, the Commission took it all up and made their final decision. Now, as with any utility the size of Alliant with both electric and natural gas and all the complexities that come along for the ride, there are a lot of moving parts. So we're not going to go over everything today, but we did want to touch on a few things that were either big dollar items or, shall we say, more interesting. So the first thing was a big overarching question. Are the fundamental components of Alliant's proposal to extend 2020 rates into 2021 reasonable? Now, Clean Wisconsin and Sierra Club both filed comments arguing for various reasons that the Commission must hold a hearing on Alliant Energy's rates. Now, when we considered this issue, we felt that, subject to certain little tweaks, on balance, Alliant's proposal to hold rates flat during a pandemic and an economic crisis was, on balance, okay. One thing we did ask the Commission to do was to bar Alliant from coming back in to ask for recovery for lost sales. Basically, in the world of regulated utilities, there's a principle that you can't just pick a single issue out of the whole big complicated stack of costs and revenues and other items that make up the utilities rates and then change rates based off of that one little thing you pulled out. We call it single issue rate making, and it's generally not allowed. As such, one might argue that our request need not have been said, but there are a lot of times in this business where something should go without saying, but it doesn't. We were simply asking the Commission to memorialize basically a prohibition on single issue rate making as it relates to Alliant sales forecast in this case, saying, hey, you, Alliant, presented this package deal, which one of the fundamental components is a particular sales forecast. Don't come back in and try to change just one thing because that fundamentally alters the deal. In reviewing this overarching or threshold issue, the Commission rejected Clean Wisconsin and Sierra Club's call for a hearing. But don't feel bad, Clean and Sierra. The Commission rejected our proposal as well. Now, as it relates to our request, it's not the end of the world. Alliant would still have to apply for Commission approval to adjust its rates for, say, a loss of sales. We were just trying to save everyone the hassle by just not having to go there. Another item the Commission review had to do with the costs associated with the West Riverside expansion project at the company's Riverside Energy Center natural gas plant north of Beloit. Now, a few years ago, the Commission approved the Riverside expansion with the project having a planned startup date of October last year, 2019. What actually ended up happening is that the plant didn't go into service until May of this year, 2020. Now, the only rub is that the rates currently being billed to Alliance Electric customers currently have baked in the depreciation cost associated with the expansion based off the original October 2019 in-service date. In Commission staff's memo, they suggested that the PSC could order Alliant to defer the approximately $6 million in depreciation expense associated with the Riverside expansion covering the period of January to May of this year as savings, which could then be applied to utility customers in the future. We supported Commission staff's proposal based on the argument that it's unreasonable for Alliant Energy's customers to start paying for the new power plant equipment until it's used and useful for the benefit of Alliance customers. Ultimately, the Commission agreed with us and staff over the objection of Alliant that it could hurt their 2020 earnings. So that's a solid win for customers, and we should see that money come back as savings the next time Alliant's in for a full rate case. Now, the last thing we wanted to touch on is related to Alliant's announcement that it plans to retire the Edgewater coal plant by the end of 2022. Now, Alliant's rate freeze proposal is technically for 2021 rates, and it's expected that the utility will come in for a full rate case next year to set rates for 2022, which would allow us to start recognizing savings associated with the retirement of Edgewater, especially since cost is Alliant's stated reason for planning the shutdown of the plant in the first place. But there's nothing that actually requires Alliant to file a rate case next year. And since current rates have costs associated with a running Edgewater plant baked in, and since you never know, the retirement date could be moved up, we wanted to make certain that any impact that Edgewater's retirement might have on Alliant's electricity rates, but aren't currently included in the math, are deferred until the treatment of what we hope will ultimately be savings can be determined in a full rate case. And thankfully, the Commission agreed. The PSC decided to require that Alliant defer any rate impact associated with retiring Edgewater prior to December 31st, 2021. And they also require that Alliant file a case for 2023 rates no later than April 1st, 2022. So all told, some good wins for Alliant Energy customers, and we shall see what happens in the future. Now, last but not least, let's do our weekly rundown of upcoming comment deadlines as well as applications, orders, and notices filed last week. As always, check the link in the description for more information. First, the following comment deadlines fall between now and next week Friday, August 28th. Comments are still being accepted for the Wood County Solar Project, as well as the New Auburn Municipal Water Utility, Brown Deer Water Public Utility, Lincoln Sanitary District, and Sheboygan Water Utility water rate cases. In addition, the Commission is also still accepting comments related to the Universal Service Fund, as well as the Clean Energy Manufacturing Revolving Loan Fund. Moving on to applications, last week, the City of Oshkosh, Darien Solar Energy Center, Marshfield Utilities, and Alliant Energy all filed construction applications with the Commission. In addition, a rate application was filed by the Muscadet Electric Utility. Moving on to notices, the Commission formally opened cases related to gas supply plans for Xcel Energy, We Energies, Wisconsin Gas, as well as a risk management plan for Wisconsin Public Service Corporation. Alliant Energy filed a depreciation case, which may be of interest to some of you, and the Commission formally kicked off the rate case for the Florence Electric Utility. And finally, we have orders issued by the Commission last week. If you hear your utility, raise your hand. Town of Scott Water, Blanchardville Water, City of Montello Water, Belgium Municipal Water, Cassville Water, Darien Water, Footville Water, Partyville Water, Viola Water, and West Salem Municipal Joint Water and Sewer Utility. If you raise your hand, the Commission issued an order authorizing final rates for your water utility, so check your next bill, new rates are coming your way. Thanks for hanging around. I know this was a long one, but there was a lot of stuff we wanted to cover. If you liked this video or found it helpful, click that thumbs up button down below. If you didn't like it, you know what? Go ahead and click the thumbs down button twice. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and smash that notification bell so you can be kept up to date anytime we post new content. And I'll see you in the next video.